Hi, ghost hunting fans! If you enjoyed Family Spirits, the adventures and evidence of Gallo family ghost hunters, you're going to love Family Spirits 2, Purpose and the Paranormal by Bobby J. Gallo. Paperback and nookbook available through Barnes & Noble. More adventure, more evidence, more ghosts. Materialize your copy today.
Okay, everyone. What everyone doesn't know is we just did a quarter of a show that we didn't get on tape. But welcome to Creepy Conversations from the Castle. This is Bobby J. Gallo, and we are here with Gavin Kelly and his lovely wife, Paula. And these guys are really good friends of mine. We've investigated together. I had the pleasure of writing the foreword to two of Gavin's books. And Gavin, yep. Oh, look at that. Right there on the edge of the table. They magically appeared while we were getting ready to do this a second time. That's awesome. I love that. I love that.
Abracadabra.
I am all about promotion. So I mean, look at me. Look at me with the banner.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
I
great.
thought about that. I actually thought about putting our banners up, but I would be hiding the 3D printers over there and then hiding our gear here. So yeah, I should have did that.
That's all right. That's all right. You got the actual product on the end of your table, and I think that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yep.
perfect. And well, I just want to tell everybody in the audience that we were talking about lens flare and we were talking about various things that can be debunked. So there's about 15 minutes of footage that is now in the ether somewhere. But that's what
Yeah, it is.
happens when you're doing an unscripted paranormal podcast. So anyway, very
Wait,
cool,
they're
very
supposed to be
cool.
scripted?
This is totally unscripted. This is totally unscripted, and I don't want it scripted. The whole purpose of this is to kind of like be a conversation between us. And if I
Yeah.
make it sound too podcasty, then it sounds like I don't want it to sound like everybody else. I want it to just be like a normal conversation between people that are in this industry, in this niche, and you guys have been around as long as I have. I mean, we go back to the GTN days, which is 2012. So that's 14 years
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. That's when we first started out.
that's right. That's right. So
We're veterans.
exactly. So, Gavin, you were telling us that you actually got pushed down the stairs at one point. So,
Hmm.
literal poltergeist activity. And that's one thing that you don't believe your mind created because your newest book deals with phenomena that you think is self-induced in most cases. In
Hmm.
most cases, because you said over 90% at least. Uh,
99.95.
okay. All right. You know what? That's cool. I did read the book. I loved it. Um, look, everybody's not going to agree with everything, and there was some things in the book that I would probably, we would probably have a discussion on for sure, which is EMF, because I
Uh-oh.
personally believe that I've done enough investigations to pretty much confirm that there is a link between EMF and the paranormal. But hey, you know what? EMF can be caused by a lot of things, even natural sources.
Hmm. Well, and our bodies.
Yes, yes. If anybody out there has a tri-field natural EMF detector, that will actually detect you. So, I mean, it's that sensitive. So that could definitely happen. But
Hmm.
now, Gavin, you and I are polar opposites when it comes to production. You are Mr. Pro. You have you have probably more than the Travel Channel. So,
Oh, yeah. No, I doubt that.
according to Josh Gates, that might be true. I talked to
Oh,
him.
okay. Well, according to Josh, yeah, you're right.
Josh said we went to see him in Reading, Pennsylvania, and he told us that most people can get things on Amazon that are as good as what they're using on the Travel Channel these days. But not as good as Gavin and Paula Kelly because I've seen your toys and you got a lot of toys.
Oh yeah, I do.
You do. You do.
And keep getting more too.
Yes. And trying to find a place to add to the collection.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm actually recording with the same camera I bought for field use, the Canon V10 Power Shot. So
Oh
that I'm
wow,
using that as my webcam today. And
nice.
how does it look over there to you guys?
It looked good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looked real
Yeah,
good.
looks pretty clear. Looks pretty clear. I mean, leaps and I had a very expensive webcam, and this thing just blows it away. But it's a Canon, it's a good brand. I mean,
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. So, pretty happy with it. So, what do you guys got coming up? I know you're going to the Michigan Paracon.
yeah.
Yeah.
What, 3 weeks from now?
Yeah. 3 weeks from now is Michigan Paracon. And then
Yep.
we've got Scarefest before that.
Okay.
And then next weekend, we're going to be in Mayfield, Kentucky doing Haunted Graves
Yeah.
Paracon.
Wow.
And one thing about Mayfield, I will say, and I wish more, a lot of towns do celebrate, October because October is considered the spooky month. Um, they actually use a whole month of festival activities. Every weekend, they do something cool.
Really?
Oh,
And
wow.
like this weekend was Crafters Fairs Delights. They have a village. It's called the Cartwright,
Mm-hmm.
and they decorate that thing up to where you're actually walking into an old Western town from like 100 years ago, and it's
Oh,
decorated
cool.
into the time periods of how they would probably decorate for a harvest fest and stuff like that. It was really cool. And then of course the Amazing Farms opened up this weekend, which is a cornfield. It's a cornfield maze
Oh gosh.
and everything. And then next weekend they get into the more spooky part of it where Graves County Paracon, and that's actually kind of sort of 20-30% of that is put on by the town.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So this is besides the couple of people that are in the paranormal that's on the committee, not us, but some other people. And we finally have started saying no to certain things. Because we get our stuff so built up that, but they always ask us for suggestions and stuff. So they actually have a committee over there that's in charge of that. And then they have a committee to where one weekend is just done for the children. So it's kind of cool, and I wanted to throw a shout out that even though Mayfield has went through that devastating tornado back in December of 2021, they have arisen above the cause of their tragedy, and they started this last year, and they have actually brought the community more together along with the surrounding counties to make this the spooky month
Hmm.
of October work for them because they were devastated. They lost 80% of their town.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, and it's falling to the public to help these people because I don't even know what the government's doing right now. Not enough, I'll tell you
No.
that.
No, no.
But good for you. Good for you. I think that's fantastic. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think we mentioned that we did some investigations together. We did two in Gettysburg, one at the Sachs Bridge at the Hanging Tree, and one at Spangler Spring. And
Yeah.
Spangler Spring, that investigation to me, I'm putting that in our top one of our top 10 because we got a full body apparition, clear.
Mm-hmm.
I've had so many people look at that and say that's just absolutely amazing, including a lot of skeptics.
Oh yeah.
And
Same.
yeah, so that's photographic evidence, and I think that goes beyond pareidolia because if you look at that one, that's clearly a either a Union or Confederate soldier. The short cape that he was wearing that really sold me on it.
Yep.
It wasn't just like a figure; it was an act. You could see the cap, you could see the short cape. Real Civil War style. I think that was awesome. And that was the same night we got fish and chips in town, which were
Oh yeah.
really
Yes.
good. And me and
Oh
Gavin
yeah.
got the fish and chips. I remember that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, they were good. I'd go back to Gettysburg just to get those, to be honest. I would. They were really,
Well,
really
I,
good.
I kind of like the Farnsworth.
I've been there. They
Yeah.
have some good food.
Yeah, remember we
Yeah.
were there at the Farnsworth, and you guys were going someplace else. I think you went to Dobbins, didn't you?
I don't know where my daughter drugged me. She
I think you went to Dobbins.
yeah, she wanted to go somewhere. She said, "Dad, we're going here." I'm like, "Okay, honey." I think you're right though. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, because I was
Um,
like, "Are you guys coming in here?" And you're like, "No, we're going to Dobbins." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
yeah, I mean, I think my daughter had something good. I wasn't really. They had one dish on the menu that was supposed to be very authentic to period specific, which was like chicken and raisins and that stuff, and it sounded really good, but it wasn't that great because they didn't. Back then they didn't use as many spices and it wasn't as flavorful as the food that we're used to. But it was okay.
Right.
It was good. Hey, it wasn't bad. Let's put it that way. So, but yeah. Yeah, we got actually at the end of this month, and I am not allowed to say the location yet. We are going to be investigating a very haunted location, according to the people that run the property. 200 years
Hmm.
old, never been investigated before, ever.
Oh, wow.
That is cool.
Yeah, so GFGH is going to be the very first group to ever actually do an investigation in this. I think it's 220-year-old homestead, but it's very funny because I was looking for places to investigate in Pennsylvania, and when I contacted them, I didn't tell them that we were a paranormal team, and I said we like to document historical places. That's what I said. She goes, "Oh, well, send me a link to your website. This sounds interesting." I said, "Oh, here we go.
Oops.
This is ghost
Oops.
hunting. That's gonna be it. Forget it." So I give her the link and I said, "Okay, here we go." She got back to me like 15 minutes later. She goes, "Do you want to know about the ghosts before or after?" I'm like, "Pinch me."
Oh
So that's going to
man.
be cool. That's going to be cool. I'm looking. So what are you guys going to be doing? I mean, you guys got to have stuff coming up, I'm sure.
Oh, we've got next Friday we are doing a public ghost hunt at the Rock Shop downtown, which actually has a long history of the building. It was used for multiple things. It was one of the first buildings that got built back after the Civil War because during the Civil War here we had Fort Anderson, which was right on the river, and there was a small attack with the Confederacy marching in under Nathan Forrester,
Hmm.
and he so the Union soldiers, actually the Union general, did not like the concept that they could hide behind the houses. So literally, a whole 3 strips of our downtown got demolished by the Union soldiers so that they could keep a more watch out
Oh,
on the
wow.
Confederates, so the Confederates could not hide in the building.
Oh man.
So this is one of the very first buildings after the Civil War that got rebuilt, and it is established. It was actually built in like in 1887, and it was a multi-purpose building. It actually originally was used as a furniture store, and from there it became a music store for the longest time, and then on the second floor was a doctor's office. And there was a tragedy back in the 1930s, 1940s when segregation was still going on,
Hmm.
and there was a gentleman that I guess the doctor had came. This is back when more doctors did home visits compared to us just, going to the doctor's office now.
Right.
And I guess there was a disgruntled agreement with the gentleman, who happens to be a black gentleman, and he got frustrated with the doctor because I guess I didn't like the results, or I don't know the part because I'm still doing that part of the research because the lady that owns the building is having me do the whole research on the building.
Oh,
And
wow.
the part, this is the story. I don't know exactly what caused him to get ticked off at the doctor, but he took the cane and started hitting and beating the doctor and
Ouch.
actually killed the doctor on the sidewalk outside of
Wow.
the building.
Wow.
And a lot of people saw what happened. And of course, it being a black gentleman, they end up having a mob, and a mob came and jumped the black man,
Mm.
and he ended up getting killed right there on the sidewalk too outside this building.
Oh my
And we
goodness.
believe that those two ghosts are two of the five that haunt the building. Because they named the black guy Charlie, and then of course you got the doc that likes to hang out at the whole building, but he is very
Mm-hmm.
prominent on the second floor of the building, which is where we do a lot of our main investigations at. And it's been very interesting when the last time we investigated there that
Mm.
he was very dominant in the area. There's actually a lady that had the next door of the building after the Union soldiers, demolished the buildings and caught stuff on fire and stuff. I guess a woman was still inside of a building when they decided to blow a building up, and she got caught in the fire and she was killed. And they believe she is one of the other ones that actually roam in the building.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Wow.
yeah.
That sounds like
And
it's going to be an awesome investigation.
oh, yes. And now the building is actually a rock shop and metaphysical and psychic and all new age vibrations of different themes in the building now. So
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, what? I mean, what, a psychic shop, did you say?
yeah, it's psychic tarot. She actually has the second landing into the building she uses as tarot readings. She
Okay.
actually has people that come in and do psychic readings
Okay.
and different kinds of things. And she also does different kinds of metaphysical medicines and therapies and stuff like that. And also deals with people with attachments because she's very good at what she does.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. We know
Miss
that situation all too well.
Mr.
Uh,
Gavin over here had a major, and that's how we end up knowing about this lady
yeah.
because he had a major attachment that was causing his ability and his effectiveness in life and his sleeping. And so I found out about this lady. I went down there. I had a conversation with her, told her what was going on. She said, drag him down here. I can take care of it. And
Wow,
she did.
that's great.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal. Yeah, I when we had ours, it took a priest, an exorcist, and a shaman to get rid of it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't talk about it in any of my books. It's one of those things. Um, that it was such a traumatic experience. Nobody wants to relive it. So anyway, so I understand. I mean, you are preaching to the choir, and it is one of the dangers of what we do. But and that's why I want to tell everybody out there that's actually watching this, be very, very careful. You know, if you want to watch us do it, that's fine, but you need to know what you're doing. And I mean, there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of risky things because they're thrill seekers. Um, and intent has a lot to do with what we do too. I know one guy who tries to bleed on his Ouija board to get,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, like really, seriously, don't do that,
we
folks.
talked
Don't
about
do
we
that.
talked about him last night. Matter of fact.
Oh man, unbelievable. Um, you guys, I mean, you have all your books out there, and I do actually want to talk about those. But before we do that, you guys have some shows. You guys have some
Hmm.
shows, and we have right now. We have, and I mentioned this before. We realized the video wasn't recording. We have 23,600 subscribers now, and they're all on YouTube. So let's first talk about where your YouTube channel is because we want people that are already on this platform to go to your channel and subscribe. I want got people, look, you subscribe to me, you got to subscribe to them. They're my friends and they're legit. So you want to subscribe to the legit people. Okay.
Yeah. No
Because
doubt.
we all know the YouTubers. We're here on YouTube. And we might be considered YouTubers, but not like the YouTubers, that I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? I know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So, Gavin,
That's a whole
Paula,
different
tell them
thing.
where they could find you here on YouTube, and then we'll talk about the other places where you have your shows.
Well, you can find us on YouTube at Itzeg Films. So basically, it's In the Shadows Entertainment Group Films, but we abbreviate it Itzeg.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
People, please go over there and subscribe. Subscribe. I mean, subscribers is what it's all about on this platform. I mean, that's it. And once you have enough people, you get your content out there.
Hmm.
I mean, I have content that is 14 years old that is now getting seen for the first time by a lot of people. I think that's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me happier than that. But you're also on a streaming platform called Paraflix, right? You're still on that, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're still on there, but we just been announced on Roku.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
people
Now,
can go to,
go ahead.
I was going to say people can go to Roku and watch Truth or Legends in Your Hometown season 1, 6 episodes for free.
Very cool. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. Then what do they do if they go to Roku? What do they type in the search bar?
Truth or Legends,
Great.
and it should come up.
You hear that, folks? Truth or Legends in Your Hometown on your Roku device. So if you have
TV.
an Amazon TV, you got to go to Best Buy and get a Roku TV or a box. You can put the box and hook that up to your Amazon TV. And then you type in Truth or Legends in your hometown. You should be doing Roku anyway, trust me. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway, so very, very cool. I think that's great.
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's great.
And Truth or Legends is also going to air overseas in New Zealand, Ireland. Gosh, where's the other ones at?
Love it. Love it.
London,
It's going.
London.
It's going
Yeah, it's
international.
going international.
That's freaking amazing. That's freaking amazing. Um, Yeah, and I mean that's what's cool. You guys know my story. I've been like, we had trouble with YouTube. YouTube knows.
Oh
Matter of
yeah.
fact, I just had a big meeting with you. I remember I told you about that
Hmm.
that I'm not
Hmm.
even allowed to discuss because
Yep.
I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. But I told them, we hashed it out. Um, but all of a sudden, I think they took the chains off our channel. To be honest with you, I think that's really what happened here, because you know how they could when your channel grows on this platform, it all has to do with how many times your thumbnails are seen on that homepage,
Hmm.
and that's really, if your thumbnails are seen, you're going to grow. If they're buried, you're not, no one knows you're there, nothing's ever going to happen.
Yep.
So I think everything is cool now. But talking about the reason I'm talking about this is because you mentioned it's growing internationally, and that's the cool thing about this platform. Because we were doing live streams, and there's like some guys from Sri Lanka that were hopping on when I did the one
Hmm.
with you, Ron Yacovetti. I mean, all these crazy places around the globe, and the only place you could really get that type of audience is here on YouTube. The audience is just massive. There's
Oh yeah. Yeah.
tens of millions of people on this platform. I mean, look at some of our favorite YouTubers like Sam and Colby. I know. I almost made Paula fall off her chair. Um,
Yeah, he
they
went there.
they just hit 12 million subscribers. I don't even know how that's possible. I didn't know there was 12 million people worldwide interested in the paranormal, to be honest with you.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Um, we firmly believe they have somebody that pulling their strings.
You mean like a
They
promoter?
have they have a backer. They have to
I agree.
because I mean because back before 2018 they were doing prankster videos, they were doing lawless videos, they were doing just stupid videos. Um, and next thing you know, their stuff was just getting stale.
Right.
So they saw paranormal and they're like, "Ooh, cha-ching!" Next thing you know, they're here in
Yeah.
paranormal, and now they got movies going to the Cinemark theaters.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah, and the one that they're showing now, it says Sam and Kobe, Legends of the Paranormal. The hell
Oh,
they are! They are not legends.
no.
They're
No.
they're nowhere
John
near
Zaffis
legends.
is a legend. Okay.
Yes.
People like that.
Yeah.
No, they are not legends at all. Um,
And they have backers and ways
And
of
promoters.
and promoters to pay their way into the Cinemark.
Yeah.
right. Now, people watching this, okay, I'm sure everybody that's into the paranormal that is now subscribed to this channel has probably seen at least a few of them. What is the difference between this channel, between Gavin and Paula's channel, and somebody like Sam and Colby. And the reason is credibility. We
Mm-hmm.
have been doing this forever. We're serious paranormal investigators. Do we both try to make our content as attractive as possible so that we retain viewers? Absolutely, we do. We do. We have to do that. It
Yeah.
still has to look good. And mine doesn't always look good, which is why we're pre-recording this instead of doing it live. But you have to understand that we don't go into places and tear it up and
Mm-hmm.
scream when there's nothing to scream at. Um, and you guys know this about us, that stuff happens on our videos all the time, and we're, cool as a cucumber because we've experienced
Mm-hmm.
it. We're not going to scream and run, and we're not going to have those dude run moments. Um, and I think I've been getting a lot of feedback like that. That's what people like about our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What it kind of gratifies me that we're kind of uh, it's what's Satori Hawes's boyfriend's name?
Cody.
That's Cody. Cody. So
Cody.
yeah, we're actually creeping up on them subscriber count. So that actually
Uh-oh.
makes me very, very happy. um, oh man, sorry, my ankle just cracked. Anyway, um,
Sure, it did. Yeah, we have a video that's similar to what you just did. We were at the industrial slaughterhouse, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh man, we're I got a millicows. We're at like 25," and all of a sudden you hear "Wah" in the background, and then Paula goes, "You did not," and the other guy looked at me, and go, "Temperature change." I put that up
Gary,
on our YouTube channel as Paranormal Funnies. Yeah.
Gary Golka, if you're watching, a gas meter might be a good idea for your next project.
Oh, I know, right?
That's awesome. What I want to do now is I want you guys to run through um your current projects and your books. Just to let everybody know, I have an upgraded Zoom account, but for some odd reason, this thing is still saying 40 minutes. If it runs past
Hey.
40 minutes, we know that my payment didn't bounce. No, it didn't bounce. I'm kidding. Um, but we
Doing.
know that it went through. If not, I want them to get in their plugs now in case this thing suddenly stops. So
Yeah.
tell us about your upcoming projects and your books.
Well, for me, my third book that I'm going to come out with is all about filming the paranormal.
Mm,
And how that got started is because we had to put together a panel for Dragon Con. And we were just like, what are we going to do? And she's like, oh, do something on filming the paranormal. I'm like, okay. So I wound up doing, research and putting stuff together. And sure enough, everything that I did, it just turned into a book. So not only do we have the panel for a seminar for filming the paranormal for the last about 45 minutes, I now have half a book already written called Filming the Paranormal,
that's
which I'm
awesome.
probably going to release next year.
I love
Yep.
it. I love it when that happens like that. Seriously, I do. Um, so now the books on your table, want to just like point to them and tell us what they are?
Well, the one that's on the far right,
We can't point to we
we
can
can't
point to
point
them,
to
but we can't say anything because we can't take the mic over there.
here.
Over.
Vanna's stretching her arm over here. Is my book called Ghostly Tales in McCracken County. He's gonna play Vanna.
I see it. I see it.
And in the other two books are his books. I actually have another book coming out in December, and it's about ghostly tales along the Western Kentucky front. And
Yep.
it's I went very, very deep in depth into that book.
Cool. Very cool. And the ghosts we make is one.
Yep. And ghost hunting, sensationalism in social media.
There we
I talk
go.
about
There we go.
everything.
And if I'm somewhere and I want to buy these books, where can I get them?
Well, you can meet us over at the conventions that we're going to be at. Next week, next week we're going to be where we're going to be.
We're going to be at the haunted Graves County
Yeah.
Paracon.
Haunted Graves Paracon in Mayfield, Kentucky. And
Gare Fest the following weekend in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yep. And then
Michigan Paracon in Mount Pleasant.
I think
Michigan,
so.
I believe it is.
I think so. 23rd through something.
Yeah, and then I have a couple more book signings locally after you.
Bite me.
Hey, I think it would be worth coming out to Kentucky just to go to Paula's book signings.
And
oh, look at this.
He left me off on that one, didn't he?
I just got a little warning sign that says running out of time, upgrade today. I upgraded already. Okay, so yeah, this is going to run out at 40 minutes.
Don't you just love technology?
I know, don't you? Don't you though? I'll be on the phone with tech support on this one. Hey, I gave you guys my money. How come I'm running out of time? I'm on a show with two of my favorite people in the paranormal, and you guys are going to cut me off like a bad comedy club. So
yeah.
But no, it's cool. And you know, I just want to again tell people like these two, they're pros, man. They're pros. And that's why you want to follow them. You want to subscribe to their YouTube channel. You want to check out the Roku channel. Great show. Truth and Legends is just an awesome show. And you know, I can't speak highly enough about them. I that's why they're on here. That's why we're having a creepy conversation, because I think they're great, both of them. And so you
Appreciate
guys, what's that?
I should appreciate that.
It's true. It's true. Gavin, I like how candid you are about everything. I mean, there's, you know, you don't have a filter. I mean, you don't. And that's a good thing.
He has his soapbox.
You know exactly where Gavin stands on every
soapbox.
issue. And I love that. And I think that's very cool. And you know, as I've said, we've done paranormal investigations together. One of our 4 full body apparitions we caught with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think that's awesome.
And
that's the Phantom Regiment. If anybody watching this wants to see that full body apparition, it's on the episode called the Phantom Regiment. Because unlike you guys, we do like a bajillion episodes, but they're all really short. Apparently, like this show is going to be. Not, and it's not my fault. It's not my fault. But yeah, I mean, so what else are you guys doing? We got like, looks like we got 6 minutes left. We're going to run out the clock. Maybe
okay.
It'll work, but what else are you guys doing?
Well, I'm about to be graduating Full Sail University with a bachelor's in digital cinematography.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be walking the plank November 26th in Winter Park, Florida.
That's if the hurricane don't blow it away.
Oh, bite me.
You know, Paula, you have a great voice for like if you did a radio show, your voice is awesome.
Thanks.
Well, she sounds like an 8-year-old.
No, she doesn't. She's got like the perfect Southern drawl.
Oh my God.
What? It's true.
Oh, I can give her a Southern drawl.
Oh,
I can give her a Southern drawl. Like little box right here. Oh man.
yeah, he's got a little button on there. He changes my voice sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Don't change her voice. Her voice is great.
Oh man, we had a couple DJs sit there and say, "Gosh, she's a little 8-year-old voice."
No.
She's
got a Southern belle voice. That's what she's got.
You're a Southern belle.
I'm just a Kentuckian.
Oh my.
I love it. That's great. That's great. So any other topics you guys want to discuss?
Let's see, we are working on some film projects.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been doing writing for him or coming up with the writing ideas for him.
Yeah, we actually shot a pilot called Unnatural Crossroads Motel, and it's only an 8-minute short, but that bad boy has been picked up, and now next year we're going to be filming probably an entire season of like 45-minute episodes.
Oh, that's very cool. And where is there anywhere people can see that pilot episode?
Well, you can go to YouTube on Itzeg Films and just look for Unnatural, and it should show up.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Okay.
And then I've been
Go ahead.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
you're doing
And then I'm working on schedulings for season 3 filming next year for
Good Legend.
Caribbean Legends in your hometown. I'm working with 6 teams already for
Yeah,
next year.
one team a month.
What? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, season 2 is in post production right now, and hopefully we'll be getting it released in March of next year. And then season 3, we're going to start filming in May of next year.
Yeah,
That's
there's gonna be
so
a lot of
cool.
filming.
You
There's
see
gonna be a
this,
lot of filming.
folks? You see the quality guests I have on here? You see this, right? That's why you have to stay because of people like Gavin and Paula. So there we go. You guys make me look good. So I appreciate that. But yep. And your books. Did we say where they can get your books?
Oh, that's right. We were saying you can pick them up over at the convention or go to barnesandnobles.com. That's where you can get them.
And
Yep.
if you're in Western Kentucky area, we have a bookstore in Paducah called Page's Turn,
There you go.
and she is my exclusive person in Western Kentucky that sells my books and our books
Yeah.
as of today.
Yeah. She got mine now.
Yeah, he just contracted with her today, so she's got his books and mine.
Yep.
Great. Fantastic. I love it. 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 So yeah, I mean, they could go, they could watch your stuff, they could read your books. Um, I think it's great. I think you guys do so much for the field. You really do. And you're genuine and you're real people. And I know you guys have a big heart because you're helping you do a lot of work with charities and you're helping with disaster relief now. I just think it's awesome. And that's how, everyone should be. I know we're kind of like hanging back because we were doing a lot of stuff, but we're just kind of we're trying to regroup at this point because
Yeah.
traveling around doing these shows that could be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we still got to do more next year. Oh boy. Can we win the lottery?
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
Along with probably doing 2 or 3 investigations on ourselves next year.
Oh, we're gonna investigate ourselves?
Yeah, we'll investigate ourselves.
Fun.
We'll put K2 meter too.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to be really interesting is when in the next 15 seconds, I want to see if this thing's going to stop. And if it does stop, I'm going to be upset because I have an upgraded account. But I'm telling you, it's going to stop. It's going to stop in 10 seconds. You watch. Watch this. There we go. It says, meeting ends in 2 minutes.
Oh, they gave you 2 minutes now. What?
Remaining meeting time 1 minute 56 50. Yeah, it's definitely gonna end in 2 minutes, which really stinks. But
Oh man.
I know it's like ridiculous. But anyway, hey
That's
guys,
crazy.
I appreciate you coming on. I really do.
Appreciate you having us.
Yes.
No,
Thank you.
you guys are so much fun. You guys are so much fun, and you're fun to hang out with too when we go on location. So I
Oh, yeah.
definitely look forward to the next time we're at the same event.
Well, like I said, come out to mid Michigan. I mean, that's the only time we're really going to be out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how far that is from you. I mean, you're in Pennsylvania, so how far is that from Michigan?
Well, Pennsylvania's big,
Yeah.
and it's on the other, and Michigan's on the other side of Pennsylvania from where we
Oh,
are. We're on the
oh, okay.
eastern side. We border New Jersey. So
Oh,
literally
okay.
border. I mean, when I say border, I mean we are like on the border. So
Walk out the front door and hey, New Jersey.
yep, yep, yep. All right, guys, it's telling me less than 1 minute. So we're gonna wrap this up because I know it's gonna end anyway. But thank you very much for being on Creepy Conversations from the Castle. And I love you guys. We all love you. So
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yep, yep, yep. So once again, folks, we have less than a minute. Make sure you go to barnesandnoble.com, check out their books, and we'll talk to you soon. And we're gonna stop it in 3, 2, 1.